Hi, I'm Phil Anderson, and I'm running for United States Senate to represent Wisconsin. I have a pretty simple question for you. Our government does things pretty much every day that most of us would consider to be immoral and or illegal. For example, drone strikes overseas, secret CIA operations, sending guns to be used by Mexican drug cartels, eventually against our own ATF agents, and running guns through Benghazi to Syria. All of these things are done in our name with our tax dollars, and I have a question for you. Does our government do these things with your permission or without your permission? Do you give them permission to do these things or do you not give them permission to do these things? I think your answer to this question leads to some pretty serious conclusions. If they do these things with your permission, how can they? Because if you don't have the right to do them, if you don't have the right to murder people and to sell guns to people illegally, how do they have the right to do that? So how can you give them permission? But for most of us who don't give our permission explicitly for these things, it leads to two separate conclusions. Number one, either the person that you're electing is not up there fighting for your interests, for the things that you think are moral and the proper role of government, or number two, you're outnumbered by people who believe differently. In any case, I think it's very important that in this election cycle you look at the ramifications of who you vote for and what they're going to do. Because clearly, most of us don't think that murder is okay, selling guns illegally is okay, any of these things are okay. And those are just the things that we know about. Yet our elected officials go to Washington and basically approve those things or don't put up much of a fight. Democrats or Republicans, Russ Feingold or Ron Johnson, if you send either one of those people to the United States Senate, you're going to get the same old result because they don't really care whether they have your permission or not. Once you're elected, it's Republicans or Democrats or the military-industrial complex or whoever making decisions. It ceases to be about whether you've given your permission or not. But for a libertarian candidate like myself, it's all about what you've given permission for. It's all about what rights you have and have you or have you not delegated them to a governing authority. Please keep that in mind. I will always represent your interests. I will never advocate for or do anything that isn't with your explicit consent, and I will always keep you informed as to what's going on and the ramifications and consequences of everything that I vote on or don't vote on. Thanks very much. Talk to you tomorrow.